All right, everyone, we are back. Welcome back to Variety Talk live in Las Vegas, right here, live in Las Vegas. That's so
Sounds
great.
good. You're going to name a show that.
Yeah.
That's a great name.
That's good. Thank you, Larry. I appreciate that. I appreciate it. Quite unique and innovative, right?
That's right. Absolutely.
But no, seriously, what I am excited about is you sitting right here from Las Vegas, because usually I'm in here by myself and I'm doing it because people are in Philly, they're in Atlanta, they're all over the country. So it's so great to, first of all, have a homeboy from Chicago sitting right here in Las Vegas. What does it feel like to be right here in Vegas and live here?
I love Las Vegas. I'll tell you, I've been here 7 years, going on 8 years now. And as you mentioned, I grew up in Chicago, graduated high school 50 years ago this past Flag Day.
Where'd you go to school?
I went to high school at the University of Chicago.
U of C?
Yeah.
High school? U of C?
It's the laboratory school, and it's an adjunct to the Graduate School of Education.
Oh, you were one of those smarties. Okay.
Fantastic institutions. And I got to go there from 6th grade on. And I had started out in the Chicago public school system, went to McCosh School. We used to call it Red Rock Prison. And I'll tell you, it very likely saved my life that I made that move. But graduated at University of Chicago High School, and going back in October for my 50th class reunion, which is going to be exciting. I'm going to go back and see a bunch of old people.
That is very exciting.
Not me, of course, but great folks, and that in more ways than one saved my life. I lived in West Woodlawn. You know where West Woodlawn is?
Well, West Lawn?
West Woodlawn.
Never. Oh, Woodlawn. Yes,
southeast side.
Woodlawn,
sure. And everybody who's read about Chicago has probably read about Sin Corner. Sin Corner was 63rd and Cottage Grove.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I lived 4 blocks west of Cottage Grove,
all right,
which was the militarized zone, if you will, between the 2 principal street gangs of Chicago.
Let's see if I can remember. The Blackstone Rangers.
The Blackstone Rangers.
And the
Disciples.
The Disciples.
That's right. So I lived in a little corridor where they were kind of hands off, and I survived that period, I think, because a lot of the guys who came up and turned into the leaders of those organizations are people I went to nursery school with and kindergarten with.
Amazing.
And they were kind of my buddies, and they knew that I wasn't interested in that kind of thing. I couldn't roll like that. So when came time for me to leave West Woodlawn and go to Hyde Park, where the university was, I was in a little jeopardy. But fortunately, the word had gone out that I was okay, don't mess with him. But there were a couple occasions when folks did, and obviously I survived that.
Oh, wow.
But it was amazing, because I would have gone to Inglewood High School, and there's a whole thing on television now about the resurgence of the Inglewood community, and it's quite nice. It's been redeveloped and right now, but I didn't think that if I went to Inglewood High School in those days that I would have lasted 2 weeks. They'd have been, putting flowers on the corner somewhere.
So did you wear the glasses and everything, Larry?
Oh, no, I could see well, but this dress she's wearing right now, my mother liked to think that she could watch me walk all the way to school. So when I started walking to school on my own, she dressed me in head to toe with a red cap, a red jacket, and these red shorts.
Those were the colors.
That took but that wasn't about gangs. That was just about Mom being able to see me. But I looked stupid, okay? And I immediately let her know that I wasn't going to wear that.
That must have been scary.
That was just,
to wear all red, because the one of the gangs was all red, the other one was all black or something, right?
Blue or something. Blue. I don't know what the color thing was.
That is so scary. Oh my gosh.
But I turned in that period of my life, I was also a patrol boy.
Okay.
So I got to stand on the corner with the thing on the belt around you and help people across the street. So that was the kind of kid.
So see, even your childhood is interesting. I mean, I had a great time reading about you, because even your childhood was, and let me say this, because first of all, this is all about you, not me, but you are the only person that I have ever met that has gone to the University of Chicago below university level. I never even knew, first of all, that there was a high school, but I used to go also. And I would go for some accelerated program because I scored so high on my test, like in first grade, and I did it all the way up through 8th grade.
Sure.
So it was a special program, but I never heard of it after that. I never knew anybody was a part of it. I know my parents used to brag about it all the time. So you're the very first person I've ever met.
And I got to tell you, it is an object lesson at how important quality primary education is. And I'm talking about from the teacher standpoint. We spend too much time, too little time valuing our educators. We don't pay them enough. We don't give them the tools that they need. And if there was a crisis in America today, I would say that part of that crisis is education. We've invested in all kinds of stuff, a lot of stupid stuff, but we haven't invested in not being stupid, not being ignorant. If it had not been for a first grade teacher, I had a brilliant little lady, stood about that tall, little white-haired lady named Mrs. Lawrenson, who cared about her students and cared about me to the extent that when it became obvious that the public school system couldn't do anything for me, she's the one who told my parents to look into the University of Chicago laboratory schools. That's what the
lab school.
Yeah,
that's what it
right.
was. Yes.
And so if it hadn't been for Mrs. Lawrenson, that wouldn't have happened. And she was also instrumental in helping me select the college I actually ultimately went to in California. And it's that quality of ability, of consciousness, of caring, and of course of talent in the classroom that we value too little. And the stories we've been hearing in the last year about the teachers in Oklahoma and the teachers in several other states who are making barely over minimum wage are appalling.
Yes.
If we're talking about what's the future of America going to be? And it can't be any better than the quality of education that we give our kids.
That's an awesome segue to what we're going to be talking about later on in the show that you and I spoke about, and I cannot wait. So we're going to take a quick station break, everybody, and you're speaking with the man with the plan. You know, I have to be on my best behavior here because I'm next to like the 12, 20, 30-year, 45-year reporter, okay? So it's just me, little Linda Leak, everybody, coming from Variety Talk Live from Las Vegas. We'll be right back.